Hello, Doug here from Metrics. We've showed you part one of the fender install. Whether you got the hugger or a sweep fender, the first part of our install, drilling and tapping, is the same for either fender. I'm going to show you a short instructional video from start to finish with our hugger fender. It's basically the same install with the sweep, just a different style fender. I'm going to show you how easy this is, one-man job. I'm going to give you a POV shot because I can't hold the camera and install the fender at the same time. So here we go. Alright, so you've unpacked your fender, and after you've got through all the boxes and the wrapping, which there was a lot, we want to make sure the fender is in there secure and nothing is damaged in shipping. So we've wrapped them pretty tight. Just make sure you take care when unwrapping. You know, if you're cutting the bubble wrap off with razor blade, just be real careful that you don't hit this beautiful paint or any of this powder coating. Okay, so you've got through everything and you've unpacked. You're going to have a little box in here, and you're going to have the drill and tap kit, which we've already showed you in the first video, and the hardware for the fenders, and the plate relocator kit. Alright, so what you're going to do is, in the plate relocator kit, you got to take this piece out right here. This is the piece that's going to hold the side strut fenders. This is going to go through here, and it's going to go through here. So that piece is going to be important. The first thing we're going to do is, in your fender hardware kit, you got four little Allen head bolts right here. This is what you're going to use to put in right here. I'm not going to use these right now because I'm using my wrench with my 8mm head. It's a little bit easier to do for me to show you how to do this thing fast. So first things first, let's get the rear mount fastened up. So we're just going to straighten this out a little bit. Just eyeball it. The great thing about the kit is the majority, pretty much all of your adjustment is going to be in this piece right here. And as I said before, the kit isn't going to come with this style nut. You're going to have Allen head nuts because we wanted everything to match and be stainless steel. So this is actually what you're going to get in your kit with a nylon bushing. Now when you're putting these in, I highly recommend that you put a couple drops of blue Loctite on here. There's going to be a lot of vibration because it's mounted directly to the swing arm and there's no suspension back there. So put a little blue Loctite. That'll guarantee that it's going to stay where it's supposed to stay and keep it nice and snug. So this is going to be the back, and remember, a little bit of blue Loctite right on here, and that'll keep it nice and snug. All right, so what we're going to do is, with this end right here, this circle, you want to line up with the pre-tap bung that Polaris put there for us, and this is the one that you're going to drill and tap with the hardware that we provided. So you slide it in like this, and then you just set it right on top of the tire, and that could sit there for a moment. Next, you're going to grab this one. So this is your rear mount swing arm. Big one for the drilled tap side, This one for the one on top. This is also going to hold the back wire loom loop, which this is for your plate relocator kit. And in the instructions you'll see that we cut this piece off that stuck out right here that went to the back of your license plate relocator, and then you remove this from the stock mount and you slide it on a plate and it makes it real nice. So this piece comes off so you can do a quick connect here in case you ever have to take it off and service it. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm using another 10mm bolt here. It just makes it easy for me to demonstrate how to do this. So I put it through the loom holder, through the mount, into the swing arm. And if you notice, I'm lifting this up a little bit. It just makes it a little bit easier to tighten this up by hand, because we give you a nice long bolt to get down into the threads, man, so it really holds it. We don't want to use a short bolt and rip any threads out. Alright, just snug. So over here, lift this up. I like to lift it up a little bit like so. Just lets it easier to screw this in. We're just going to go snug with it and then just let it sit. It's already looking pretty good. Step 2, we're gonna grab this piece and we're gonna grab these two. All right, I'll set these down right here. Now these are the two. This is one that's on our shop bike, so I'm just gonna use this one for right now. So we're gonna set this up here like so. This is going to go on top like this. So with one hand, I'm just going to slide this behind here like so. I'm going to put this on top of here and that on top of there. Grab one of my stainless steel bolts and get her started. Number 2. Almost done. The 2 shorter bolts that come in the kit, which are going to be these 2 guys, those go in next. So you're going to go bolt, washer, nut. These right here, a little bit of blue Loctite as well. This fender is super rigid once everything's tightened up, but a little bit of blue Loctite ain't gonna hurt you. There's paint and there's powder coat here. Inevitably it's gonna come off and wear down a little bit, so you're gonna have to periodically come to these nuts and bolts back here and just check them to ensure that everything is nice and tight and staying where it's supposed to stay. You know, because it's mounted directly to the swing arm, you're gonna get vibration. It's getting all of the road bumps and potholes, because the suspension is after the fender. So, you know, just keep an eye on it, come back here, tighten it up, and you won't have any problems. And the blue Loctite will definitely help. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna tighten these up a little bit. tight. Tight. Then you come back here. If it's off a little bit, you just straighten it out. You can see this one's pretty wide. This is going to one of our forum friends who's got a pretty wide rear tire, so that's where this extra lip comes. Normally our 20-inch rear is quite a bit shorter, just to, you know, really hug that tire, but this guy's going crazy and got a real wide tire. So we just make whatever adjustment you need to make, and then you can crank down on these two right here, and that's it. Took a whole 15 minutes. I think it's looking pretty good. I want to thank you guys for everybody that's bought into the Metrics rear fender that we're making for the 2015 Polaris Slingshot. I really think it enhances the overall look, and not to mention it's functional. You know, it's going to keep all the dirt and debris. You can see we've been riding and there's, you know, much of nothing in the back, and it's keeping everything clean here. Thanks again, and hope you enjoy.